Welcome back to Three Teas in a Pod. I am Tawonda.
I'm Tina.
And I'm Tonita.
Listen, we are back for season 2, episode 2.
Yes.
I think this is going to be one of my favorite topics. I know I say that a lot, but no, seriously, it is. So season 2, episode 2, we're going to dive into talking about a few different ways to spin this. But for me, my question is, who's protecting the black woman? Who's protecting the woman? So recently in the social media streets and all over, there was talks of Jamal Bryant's wife, Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife's dress. If you were under a rock, like Tonita likes to say, I want to make mention and say this. I thought she had on a beautiful gown. The gown was to be worn at a gala, not to the church. And she wore said gown to said gala. So I personally didn't understand why we had so much pushback. I know that people are going to say what they want and say, well, she's a woman of the cloth and, she's a pastor's wife. I agree with all of that. However, she wore the dress to an appropriate place. Had she worn that dress to the church, of course, I could see some pushback. But I want to dive a little deeper because the dress in itself, I think a lot of people who are not fashionistas and who don't have a fashion bone in their body had a lot to say, but you didn't even understand how the dress was comprised. So there was a lot of mesh material, nude mesh, that gave the illusion, and that's what a lot of people was, illusion. But like I said this, I had a conversation with a gentleman on Facebook, and he was just like, stone her.
Pretty much.
She's going to hell. And I said, so question, should she have also taken off her breast and her hips and her pretty body because she's banging? Should she have left that at home too?
Right.
Because had she worn the dress or had she not worn the dress, she's an amazing woman. And her figure speaks for itself. Right. So I don't care if she had on a sweater dress with a turtleneck. Everybody's going to always have something to say, but you can't get rid of the body, right? If she's bodying, she's bodying. Right. So it really wasn't the dress, I feel. I just think people look for things to say and to have something to say. But what I want to stress is her husband came back with the grenade. Okay.
Loaded.
He came back. He said, hold my beer. He went in the house and got the gun and came back and was like, not my wife, not today.
Right.
And people had a problem with that, right? So who protects the woman? I feel that in this society, in this day and age, that black women have a target on their backs. Whether it's professionally, whether it's in our own communities. Just driving here today, I was pulling out of a area subdivision, and a white man was trying to turn into the subdivision, and he couldn't get in until I came out. And he's just going off in the car. He's just going off. And of course, I gave him one of those fingers that, because what you like, and I know people are like, don't do that. People are so unhinged, and people are. But you can't just do what you want to do. That's a whole other episode. But you're not going to intimidate me at a stop sign. You a stop sign gangster? What we're doing?
Right.
So my question is, who protects the black woman? And with her husband had her back, right? And the church, the parishioners all had her back. But what do you do when you're single? Who has your back? Who steps up for you? I've seen several instances on Instagram of women, and I'm specifically speaking of black women, being humiliated, downgraded, verbally abused, especially with our where we are right now in the world. It's as if they've been given a pass to speak to black women any kind of way you want, say what you want, be disrespectful, and there's no consequences, right? So who protects the black single woman? That's my stance, because that's who I am. Your husband may speak for you. Who protects the black single woman? And if you are a man watching the podcast today, are you one of those gentlemen that will speak up and be like, no, Right. Not today, partner. Not step back, right? So it doesn't matter to me if you know me or not. If I'm being disrespected in public, I'm not gonna fight a man, right? But he clearly wants to fight me. So where are my brothers that'll stand up and be like, no, not today, we're not doing that. I've seen a lot of videos, Instagram and TikTok, of black women being degraded, and men walking by like,
no, they like this,
you know. Or that recording. But how can you, as a man, watch a man tear down a sister and not get involved? Now, I'm not saying you got to fight him. I'm not saying you have to unalive him or anything like that. But I'm saying, who protects the black woman?
So I think a couple of things. Going back to Jamal Bryant and Mrs. Bryant in her situation, you know, that's that religious thing,
church folk.
And now we did say season 2 we was gonna get a little deeper and a little bit raw. We were very, first season, very protective. We're still respectful, reserved. That's the word I'm looking for. And but we couldn't be us without being truly who we are.
Absolutely.
And the people that'll rock with us, they gonna still rock with us. And then this may not be for you. But so with all that being said,
come back on.
let me tell you how I feel.
Okay.
So I felt too like she didn't do anything wrong. I felt her dress was beautiful. You could not see any body parts.
Exactly.
I just feel like it's so much judgment, you know, especially. I can't even say especially in the church, because I don't know. It's judgment. Every time I get on social media, it's judgment. Just judgment. And to me, it's just too much judgment. And then on top of that, with black people, with our black women, it's like, not only we have to get it from the world, then we get it from each other.
Yes.
So it's just really one of those things where I felt like that is their business. If that's what she wanted to wear, that's fine. She cannot always come out in a whole sheet.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? She's with her husband. You know, they do have sex.
And if he approves, what's the problem?
Yes. That's how I didn't rock.
That's how I always feel. I used to, at my current church, my pastor's wife used to also kind of experience that a little bit with people, with his ex-wife. With people speaking on, you know, what she wears. And my every time it came to me, I always said, well, she walked out with her husband. So it was already approved. If he was okay with it, I'm surely okay with it. I don't have anything to say about what somebody else is wearing if they're comfortable with what they're wearing. I feel like, again, it goes back to the overly religious people who feel like, everything you wear you should be covered from here on down and probably draped like a curtain.
My thing is, if you can't see a little knee in the church, then that's something wrong with you.
Right.
What should that do to you?
There you go.
Check what's going on.
Yes.
We're saying your dirty head.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, because back in the day we had to. I mean, I get it. You don't supposed to be having everything out, and you know,
you don't want to be a major distraction.
Right. But you know, sheets and everything down below your ankles. You know, she should be able to. She is not even in the church. She was at a gala.
Right.
So,
but with all that we have, and you're absolutely right, with all that black women have to endure. So we're talking about the church. So we leave church Sunday after being beat up and ridiculed because I had on something that was cute, and I'd done a few sit-ups, and I had my good Spanx on that day. My good Spanx
snatched.
And then Monday I walk into work. If I were in the corporate America setting, then too I'm going to get it there as well, because the culture there says certain things that black women are supposed to present in certain ways.
No braids,
and then also you can't be affirmative. You can't mean what you say and say what you mean, because then you are
the angry black woman.
So again, if my own people can't protect me and stand up for me, whether it's what I'm wearing, a lot of times black women don't have to say or do anything. We just have to be in the room, and that's a problem. So I have a lot of questions about, is there a target on the black woman's back?
You know, it definitely feels like it. I don't know if it is or not, but it definitely feels like it. I know, just social media and period, just looking at different videos and on the news, I do see a lot like it was a woman and her child, and they was trying to jump the children. They jumped everybody, mama too, or something like that. And it's just like, we gotta wake up. We gotta put these phones down, go old school, help the lady.
Break it up.
I mean, I'm definitely hate violence, but protect, especially my men. Like, if you my man, you better be throwing some blows.
He absolutely better be. But even if he's not, it's so okay. So let me ask this question. So if you're at the gas station, you're being harassed by someone that does not look like you, of the male gender. Is there an expectation? Do you expect? Because I would, but now should they? Do you have an expectation for a black man that see you being harassed by someone at the gas station? Is there an expectation?
I may be wrong, but I expect all my brothers.
If
you see me,
that's right.
I may not even know you, and you see me in the gas station, and you see me being attacked. Do something.
Because what if that was your mother or your sister or your daughter? Wouldn't you want the same for them? So, Tonita, what do you think?
I'm making a phone call. Because I know that I'm making a phone call.
You sound like the mob. Like,
I'm calling my husband.
She's calling Johnny No.
And Ray.
She's calling the mafia.
And Pookie them. They coming because even though I would expect them to say something, I know that in this culture, a lot of times they not going to say anything.
You're right.
So sad.
It is very sad.
Because we don't have that.
Right.
And you shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't have to have on a t-shirt that say I'm single to be protected in your community.
Right.
I shouldn't have to say, here's my ring, my husband on his way, but until he gets here, can you protect me? I shouldn't have to do that, you know? So they really do. They really do us dirty. But I gotta fight myself.
They do.
They really do.
I also feel like, though, even in situations where it comes back to us as women, even on social media, if you see a woman being attacked, I feel like when you're coming in the comments reading all those attacks, if we had more people that were protecting and were advocating for the person, I think it would just shut it down.
Yes.
But I feel like because we buy into it, we being, same races, buying into it and also attacking, and sometimes the first ones to attack. And then that also gives them permission to feel like that's just like if you had a group of friends, your daughter had a group of friends, and your daughter was disrespectful to you. Now those friends who come over think they can be disrespectful to you, right? So I feel like it starts with that one, and then it could just basically domino effect over to others, where we start within ourselves protecting each other.
That's why I can't. Okay, don't shoot me. I can't watch like Atlanta Housewives and stuff like that. I mean, I know you got to make your bag and all of that, but what is done to our culture as women? It's like, here we go again, or the baddies show. I mean, I know it's entertainment for some, but it's almost like what you put in your spirit is who you become, or is that who you are. But I'm like, I can't get with it.
But that's the public perception, private reality, right? That's one of our topics on here. It's one of our discussion points. That's public. No, that's good. You're leading right into it. Because you are right. Those shows, when they first came out, I thought, oh, that's cute. I watch shows like that for hair and for fashion. I got all
right.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, right. But at the same time, it gets old when it gets catty and it gets messy.
I'm tired.
But the problem is we have a lot of women, young and old, who buy in, and you forget her life, her tax bracket is not your tax bracket. There's things that she's doing that she can do because of that tax bracket, or just because there's a camera in her face, and she's being paid to do this. This is a reality show.
But that also goes back to even the network wanting them to portray a certain narrative for ratings. So if we're watching, they're going to keep turning it up. And it's like if they're just showing business, those get low ratings.
I get it. But it's eating us alive on the opposite side of reality. It really is. Sisters can't get along. Competition, judgment, the canceling. You can't cancel nobody.
Yeah.
Sit down.
You know, all these different things. So it's like, if we want change, we have to what? Be the change.
Yeah.
So, and I know we can't save everybody or convince everybody, but we just want to put something in your head. And my thing is, let love and kindness have I drawn thee. So let love draw you, because if you really walking in true love, you're not going to be judging. You're going to call the police when you see something. Now, nowadays, you ain't going to get out and may help. Now, they beating them up.
Right.
I'm calling the police. I ain't going to get out and try to, jump in.
Right.
But I'm going to do something. And so we got to change that narrative as black women. We
each one
have to save ourselves.
With the whole culture.
Real talk.
It's not just us, though. It takes us. It starts with us within, but it also takes our community. It's not just me and you. Me and you can try to change, but then it goes back to my question. We can change. We can try to present ourselves as professional, effective, leaders in our community, and then there's always somebody that's going to try us. So back to the same situation. When that happens, where are our strong black men in our community to protect us? Where are they? Because then it becomes community. Yes. Please. What say you? Where are you, and what do you feel, if you feel? Do you feel you have a role or responsibility when it comes to protecting black women in our community?
Girl or your weary.
And I'm not just talking about fighting. I'm talking about the aggressiveness from a white man. I'm talking about when someone puts their mouths on a black woman, when someone is trying to tear down a black woman's business. What say you? What do you have to say, or do you say anything?
Right, and again, it's really, to me, just a mindset shift. So, I don't have nothing against rap music. And some of my friends, they know I don't know not one complete rap song.
Me either.
Okay.
I be so lost.
Right. But if that is your thing, that's your thing, right? And we hanging out, and that song come on. And the beat get me, right? So I'm like, hey. But baby, when they start reading out the lyrics,
they lost you.
I'm about to curse. Bitch, mother, you my bitch. Shake your booty, juice, booty. I can't get with it. I cannot get with the downgrade of the black men, and we're always the bitch, and we're always the this and that, or we have to do something, and unfortunately we just may have to save ourselves.
We do, but I think we can't do it without the help of community. And when I say community, that's everybody.
True.
Because you and I can present all day showing that we are professional, we're leaders, we're movers and shakers, we're changers, we're world changers, right?
And we're not this
hoe
in the bed and do that.
Exactly. We can do that all day, but until we come together as a community and say that this has to change, because we're doing our part. We do our part every day, do we not? So we're doing it. We're doing that, and there's still room for growth and change. Yeah. So I guess I will always ask that question of who's protecting the black woman, and is there a target on our backs? And if so, why? And what do we do?
So I'm gonna say this about the target and maybe why.
Okay.
I mean, you have a lot of very intelligent people across the world, but black women, we're a different kind of beast.
We shine. Okay. It's oil from a different oil on that thing. It's oily.
Yes. We back in the day, the men would go to work and do the yard or whatever, but the woman had the household, the kids, the this, the that, and now they work too.
Right.
So they work too, cook, clean, problem solver, do everything. We're just a different kind of beast, and sometimes I feel like it's an intimidation.
It is.
And so, and whether that's in corporate world,
everyday world. It's everything.
So it's just a different kind. That's almost just like, black Well, I ain't gonna. Let me stop.
Let me ask this question. You brought up intimidation. So with the intimidation, so then we go back to topics that we've discussed before. So now do I have to dumb myself down? Do I dim my light so that you can protect me?
No.
Okay, that's
never.
So that's where the community comes in.
Yes.
I'm not willing to negotiate. I'm not gonna dumb it down. I'm not gonna stop shining my light. But I still need you to protect and support me.
So in a nutshell, men and women, let's stand up.
That's for each other. Absolutely. Because
if you see something, okay, nowadays sometimes it's good to record to have proof. But in the other hand,
somebody else should be calling or doing something. Absolutely.
Or something.
Some kind of intervention.
I recently went through a situation that was related to episode 1 when I talked about how business dragged for the first 4 months, and I had an altercation with a white male that went on for 4 months. And when I tell you, I felt as if he definitely was trying it. He tried every trick in the bag. But I often wondered, because when these interactions happened, it was me as a black woman. But if I had a black male with me, would that have changed the game? My cousin in Atlanta said, "Go get you the biggest black, and you put him at that, and you let." And I had to think about that. Would you have engaged?
Because they know you by yourself.
And a part of me, the unprofessional, uncouth, before I became business savvy me, wanted to call a couple of lions and say, "Y'all come post up, right?" But then I would have, how does that look for me as a businesswoman? So we're constantly in this role of trying to be. I'm Mama Say, Mama Say, I'm Mama Say. I'm trying to.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to knock and buck because who you think you're talking to?
Right. I'm gonna say this real quick. My daughter had a situation like this recently, and it was her first experience ever being calling the N-word and things like that, just because the guy was having a bad day and he thought she was looking at him, but she wasn't. And he just was talking to her reckless. And now I did tell her, you pick a battle. You know what I'm saying? If they telling you they having a rough day, and with people just shooting up people, you just have to use your wisdom.
That's right.
And whether that's a battle you want to fight. Now, if they in your face and you try to fight for your life, start swinging.
That's different, right?
But if it's something where you behind the door and they just looking through the door, then
I'm safe.
I'm gonna do, but I'm safe.
Right.
I'm gonna be doing all kinds of stuff behind that door, but I'm not coming out.
Right.
But she came out, but she was a little upset because she really wanted people to understand the unsafeness that she felt as a black
she
woman.
Wanted to be seen.
Yes,
that's what.
So I tell her all the time. I hear you. I'm not slighting the story. And she was just very so sincere and passionate about it. And whoever she told, they better have been passionate about it too.
You're right. That you doggone right. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt like I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be heard. And people were saying, "Oh, just the situation caused me to have to pivot." You know the story. But people were like, "Oh, just go ahead and pick up everything and just go on to the next. Just
it's
move,
not that
put
easy.
all your stuff in boxes." And I'm like, no. Because also I felt that what this was showing me a pattern of your behavior. You're used to treating black women
and entitlement.
And I might not be Rosa Parks, but this gonna be the last time you listen. We're gonna document this one this time, bro. They gonna know you when they hear your name.
Right.
So I feel like as black women, we're targeted. We're not protected. There's so many expectations of us. You got to be strong, but don't cry. I need you to be a leader, but don't be too aggressive now. So it's listen. I need you to go in there and take over this building and lead it. Don't you fire nobody though, because that's changing the culture of the building. So I know this is an interesting topic for me, and it really hits home.
We should bring some guests on.
We should.
Recently, y'all, I saw this guy. I wish I knew his handle on Instagram, but he's doing a mentorship program with young boys, which I wish they could do this all over the world. But young boys, and they were at different places. So one place they were at the gas station.
I saw that,
and he was like,
I think I saw
where do our women and our sisters and our daughters belong? And they were like, in the car. Where do you belong? Who should be pumping his gas?
Where do I sit in the restaurant? With facing the door. I know.
That's a good start.
He was really teaching them like how to protect their women, right? And so there was different lessons with the police. He was just all over showing.
I saw that. I did.
Shout out to that brother.
Yes.
And it starts young like that. When that's something that's instilled at a young age, I feel like that filters over. But also back to what you were saying about the intimidation. I feel like as women, unfortunately, because of how some young men have been raised
or not
raised, they're used to the coddling. And so they're easily intimidated because they're looking for you. It's almost like you have to constantly give them a data boy.
Yes, you're doing good.
Yes.
You did good. Good job.
Yes.
Good job.
To pull that out of them so that they can feel, their manhood can rise up and they can do what was intended for them to do. But I feel like some of them also look at some powerful or strong-willed women like competition in a sense too, like y'all want to think y'all the independent woman or y'all the strong go ahead. You handle it and do it.
Or because I'm strong-willed, I don't need to be protected.
Right.
I'm a
At
the end of the day,
I'm a whole girl.
Please
listen. We need you all to chime in. This episode can go on and on and on. But I think it's very important that we stop and acknowledge that right now there does appear to be a target on the black woman's back. And who protects us in our community? Who protects us in the professional setting? We want to hear from you. Let us know, because this is very important.
It's real.
It's very real, and it happens every single day. I know a lot of women who are encountering these bullies in our community because of where we stand politically. Folks feel that they can say and do what they want, and that's just not the case. But I think that it's important too that we as women learn to not suppress what we feel, but handle our emotions. Because if you are a carrying sister
and support each other,
sometimes you may be you pop off and you haven't thought about, and I know how that feels because that's why we're carrying. But at the same time, I think it's important that we talk about our emotions. We tell our brothers how we feel and how this makes us feel, to feel unsupported, to feel as though no one is carrying us. So this is a heavy topic, so we're going to shift the gears for a minute and go into some tea time.
And these topics are heavy but necessary.
They are very necessary.
That's why we're bringing it to you.
Yes.
Anybody can come on here and talk about protecting peace and things like that, because that's very, very important.
Right.
But we're trying to really get to we're just trying to be real of what's going on in our life.
This is what's happening. There's a lot of women being accosted. You can just walk in a store and be called out of your name just because of who you are. You haven't said anything or done anything to anybody. Safety. But this is happening far too frequent, I feel, in our communities, and it's definitely something that we need to start having these conversations about. So you may see this topic again.
Right.
We may get some visitors here to help us talk about this.
Real quick, have any of you all ever encountered like a guy trying to talk to you and you felt,
and they go left?
Yes, like you felt fearful if you told him no, or if you turned him down in any kind of way, like he had this aggression towards you to make you feel like, let me make up a name and a number.
Definitely.
His way.
Absolute. That's where Tanya comes from. I'm Tanya.
Yeah, I'm
that's
Victoria.
Yeah. You got a name? I know
you got
one.
I had several. I don't even remember them back in the day. But that really happened to me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be truthful. I just gave my real name. I was so scared. I was a lot younger. I think I was in my teens or late teens, early 20s. And to me, he seemed like he was under the influence too of I don't know what, drugs or alcohol. And he tried to hit me because I wouldn't give him my phone number, and I was so scared. And so when he did that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I gave like a fake number, but his sister went to my high school. So she just nonchalantly was like, I heard about what my brother did.
Oh, wow.
And girl, he crazy. It wasn't I'm like, I just didn't know how to take that. Yeah, and I was so young. But now I just don't give you the opportunity. I keep it moving, walking. By the time you saying you look nice, baby, I'm always Walmart. I'm always inside. Okay, I don't play around. Don't even think you coming close. I will leave my ATM card in the debit machine. Don't drive up on me. Don't walk up. Don't do nothing.
I know that's right.
So
we're gonna break the ice a little bit. This is a heavy topic, but we want to shift gears a little bit and do something fun. So our tea time this time is we're gonna do something fun. Who's most likely to? I'm gonna ask the questions. They're going to do the pointing. I'm going to point as well.
Yes, you're right.
I'm going to point as well. But I'm going to add to the list. I'm going to make it fun. So they like to come up with safe tea times and safe activities. They know not to put me in this seat. Ratings about to go up, okay? So they don't know what I'm going to throw in. We have a list, but they don't know what I'm going to throw in. So the first question is, who's most likely to ghost a group chat?
I'm going to say Tawonda.
Listen, in my defense, all that beeping and buzzing and listen, no. Say what needs to be said. Y'all take that offline.
I do be looking for that leader conversation, and if somebody don't have an iPhone, I'll be like, oh man, they got an Android and I can't get out. I said it.
Listen, so just so everybody knows, here's your group chat etiquette. Listen, group chats are group chats. They're for information. Unless it's family and friends, that's different.
Yeah.
But if it's something business related, you don't have to respond to everything, y'all. And listen,
individually.
And you don't respond. You respond during business hours. Don't text that line at 7 a.m.
Right.
And don't text it at 11:30 because guess what? We done talking about it now. Here you come. So that's my my soapbox.
Whenever I kick off a group chat, I start off.
But they don't read it.
Big cap.
They don't read it.
Not respond.
And then somebody responds.
You'll go hard it. And then I heard the ding, and I'll be like, dang.
What I say?
So now you gotta say that too.
It's hard. I can't say don't hard it.
This is why we do tea times, because they're fun after heavy episodes and it gives us opportunity to laugh. Who's most likely to cry in the car then act fine? Baby, this one gonna step out the truck like boom,
Gangsta.
Get back in like, oh Lord. We would never see that. We would never see that.
Gangsta. Get out that car like set it off.
Act like it never happened. Who's most likely to leave early without saying goodbye?
Baby.
To myself.
I think Tonita would sneak out. I think Tonita would sneak out.
I'm so guilty.
Who's most likely? Who's most likely to cuss first?
I can't even cuss right. It don't even come out.
It don't sound. Yeah, we would never. We would never expect you. We would never expect you.
But I can't even say hell.
And then
my kids got me nervous.
And
they like, Mama,
you do it wrong. You announce. You say I'm about to cuss. That's not how we cuss.
I know.
We just let it out. You're not a professional cusser. You say I'm about to cuss.
I'm not.
No, you just let it rip. You let it flow. You gotta have.
It's raw.
Yes, you just let it out.
Tonita is like the most sweetest one on this panel. So, but see, that's don't be messing with it.
Right.
Don't take that kindness.
It take a lot, but
for weakness.
Once the fire set, it's set.
So we are. Yes. We are so grateful that you all have joined us for yet another episode of 3 T's in a Pod. So I'm Tawonda.
And I'm Tina.
And I'm Tonita.
We are so happy that you've joined us. Stay tuned for the next episode, y'all. We've got more transparency, more laughter, more fun to come. Stay tuned.